Hello.
We're back. We're back. We're back. Oh, we've missed y'all so much.
Yes, thank you for all the well wishes and the emails and all the messages. We appreciate it.
Yeah, so a lot of people said good luck with your surgery. We're praying for you. And I put out that little short, and I didn't realize at the time, being under anesthesia, how awful I looked. So I apologize if I traumatized any of y'all. Because when you're under that kind of medication, you think you look good. You think you feel good. I thought we were going to the casino that night.
It was a long road. It has been a long road.
Maybe I'll put in a few clips here. I have a few extra clips after the surgery because I think I took a little video after when I put out that short. That was literally
as soon as he got wheeled back. Right.
Right when I woke up.
I was here.
Yep. I was asking him how he's feeling. And then I said, do you have a catheter in?
I said, yes. And they changed your name while you have a catheter in.
Well, what did they change your name to, love?
I pee freely. Alright. Get out of my hospital room. Get off my lawn. Morning number one. Do I look like $1 million?
Yes. Very handsome.
It's very painful. But I might get to go home today. We'll see how I do this afternoon. Morning number one. Coffee's flowing.
And I don't even know how long I was out. So
He was out for a while.
I went in, they took me back. We'll just tell you about the whole surgery. So they took me back, and I left Heather, and they took me back to the room, gave me a nice gown. It was lovely. Of course, I put it on with the opening in the front, and then they came in and they're like, no. Opening goes in the back, and I was like, oh, geez. And I already went down the hall to the bathroom, and everybody was going, and I didn't understand why. That's not true.
None of that's true. None of that's true.
So,
he went back for surgery, and the surgery took about 5.5, 6 hours, and the doctor had to...
Well, wait a minute. Let's not go too fast. So they hooked me up with the IV. The surgeon came in, talked to me, and said, this is what we're going to do. This is how it's going to go. And you're sitting there, and you're trying not to be nervous, but you're a little bit nervous, right? But I wasn't too worried about the surgery. But when they come in and they say, okay, it's time, and you're like, uh-oh, and then all of a sudden arms in and the sides of it, and they start wheeling you down the hall, and you're like, oh, boy. And then they wheel you into the surgery room, and it's ice cold in there. It's like, whew. And there's all these people running around. Like, you think you got your surgeon, your anesthesiologist, maybe an assistant, another assistant. No, there's people everywhere, and all the big surgery lights. And it's kind of crazy. And next thing you know, you're waking up. So during the surgery, I didn't feel a thing. I didn't know how long I was out. So I will let Heather tell you now about how the situation went after I got put under.
So he went back, and they started the procedure, and it took about 5.5 or 6 hours. And when the doctor came back to get me, he said, it's done. We had some minor complications, but it went well. Now, Donnie's had quite a few back surgeries before, and he had all the hardware in there and discs and rods and pins and things. And they had to remove all of those to put in the new one and then fuse the discs together, the one on top of where he had it previously done. And there was compression on his nerves, so they had to put these things in to help decompress the nerves because his legs were going numb and bad things were happening. So the doctor had told me, which when he told me this, I was like, oh, he's like, I'm sorry it took so long, but we had to chisel the old bone away from all of the hardware so we can get it out. So they took the hardware out, put new hardware in. They used a cadaver, what's that thing called? The disc
Well,
thing.
they use cadaver bones. So
Cadaver
the last
bone.
surgery I had a spinal fusion L5S1. That's your last vertebrae in your, what is it, the sciatic sacrum, I don't know what, but L5S1. And they put 2 screws in and 2 rods. Well, on this one, they had to go in. They actually put an incision here on my side, and they went in through the side. They took out L4, L5 disc, and they put in an artificial titanium disc or something. They call it a cage. But then I thought he would just put 2 new screws in, but no, he had 2 incisions on my back, go in, take out the old screws that were in there, which I guess bone grew over.
And he had to chisel that away.
Chisel the bone away.
To get the screws out and all the stuff and the rods.
And then he put 4 new screws in the cage. In fact, today was my 6-week follow-up.
Yep.
So they took some x-rays. So let me pop those up here. So I'll show you these x-rays. So this is a before and an after picture. So this is kind of what it looked like before, and this is what it looked like after. You can see on this x-ray, this big disky cage. They call it a cage. It's a disc they put in, but it's porous. So the bone, as it fuses, grows through that.
Yes.
And they soak blood in my stem cells, and they put that in there, and that's to promote the healing. And yeah, so that's pretty much how the surgery went.
Yeah, so it was minor complications with the bone chiseling and all the stuff, and it took a long time because he had to get that all out. And then Donnie was put into the recovery room, which I couldn't see him, and that was very sad. But we have an amazing niece who works at the hospital, and she was able to give me updates, live updates, so that was really good. And then...
And I was very compliant in there.
He was on top of his game. He was full of anesthesia, and he couldn't feel anything because he was on good painkillers. So he was like, let's go to the casino, and I'm like, don't get out of bed. So
and
then...
this surgery happened on a Tuesday, and he said I'd probably be in the hospital 2 or 3 nights. By the way, we did this at Southwood Surgical Center in Youngstown, Boardman, Ohio.
Fantastic.
And Dr. Grasoffi was my surgeon. Highly recommend. Rachel, Cassie, the whole team was fantastic.
They were. They really were.
And he said I'll probably be in the hospital 1 or 2 nights. And then Wednesday came along, and I was doing pretty good. What's nice about this place, this surgical center, they have room service in there, so it's not like you circle what you want for breakfast stuff. It's just a menu. You call down to room service, just like you're at a hotel.
Yep.
And you order room service and anytime you want. Milkshakes and French fries. And
they give companions food, too, so I got to eat, too.
yeah, so...
And then, when we eventually went home, they sent us home with to-go food, so we didn't have to worry about what we were going to make for dinner that day.
Right, a
was
very
really
good
nice.
operation.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Surgery on Tuesday.
Went home Wednesday afternoon.
Wednesday, I'm in the hospital, and I'm in the bed, and I said to Heather, I'm like, can I get up and out of bed? I just want to be out of bed in a chair. Well, just so happened when I said that, a physical therapist was walking down the hall by the room and heard that,
Yep.
came darting in the room, and she's like, did I just hear you want to get out of bed? Oh, that's wonderful. Let's get out of bed. And so next thing you know, I'm out of bed, and she's got me walking down the hall.
Oh, it was rough, too.
And then she had me walk up a few steps, down a few steps, and she's like, you're doing great. Did you go to the bathroom yet? And I'm like, not yet, but I have to. So they took me back to the room, and
Yeah.
basically on Wednesday they came in and they said, you passed all the tests, you went to the bathroom, you walked, you could go home today if you'd like.
And he was like, I just want to go home. That was
course.
it. That was probably the one mistake we made. That was the one mistake we made. Because that night, we got home Wednesday night, and that night he ended up spiking a fever. And it was scary. And he was on fire hot. It was bad. He was all drugged up. He has no idea. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. And he couldn't move, and he was shaky. It was horrible for probably through that weekend. We had family that was scheduled to come over, and we had all kinds of things going on, and he's like, no, I don't want anybody here. I am in massive amounts of pain. I can't deal with it. And he was a mess. But
I will admit, on Wednesday night, I found out that with all the years of back pain, I found out that I had no idea what real pain was because it was the worst pain, and I had to go to the bathroom a lot. So I had to keep getting up and down out of bed, and it hurt so bad to get out of bed. Like even just trying to sit up, I was shaking. And then I look over, and Heather's crying. I'm like, "What are you crying about?" And she's like, "I don't want to see you in pain." I'm like,
It was awful. It was horrible.
so Wednesday night was rough.
It was bad. I didn't sleep at all. I kept trying to like help him, and then I would help him get out of bed. We have one of those what are they called? That bed that
Adjustable bed.
we have adjustable beds, and thank God. And the adjustable bed, he would push the button, it would help him sit up, and then I would have to actually physically help him get out of bed. Oh, it was horrible. It was really bad.
So the pain was pretty bad, and what made it worse is I couldn't get comfortable because I couldn't lay on my side, I couldn't lay on my stomach, I just had to lay on my back, and I just couldn't get comfortable. But I made it through that night. Thursday came along. Thursday was rough. On Thursday, I text my mom, I text my brother, and I said, I don't want anybody coming over today. I told Heather, I said, I don't want anybody coming over. I just want to be left alone.
Right, but I had to go back to work.
She had to go back to work, and I'm just like, I'm going to stay in bed and be left alone. So as Thursday progressed, I got slowly better, and it was easier to get out of bed.
Right. And my daughter had come over and sat with him. She actually sat on the couch and read a book and just made sure he didn't fall or anything happen. But she was a godsend with all that because he couldn't, it was bad. It was very bad. However, from Friday on, every day was a little bit better. And physical therapy came and the nurses came and every day was just a little bit better. And now we're at 6 weeks and everything is just a little bit better every day.
Today was a 6-week checkup. The doctor said, I'm going to lift your restrictions because for the first 6 weeks, I wasn't allowed to bend. I wasn't allowed to twist.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to lift anything over a gallon of milk.
He said, you're still not really allowed to lift anything.
Yeah. And so when we went for the follow-up today, he did tell us together that I still cannot vacuum, laundry, I can't do any dishes or any housework, no trash, none of that stuff. And he had this real serious look, and then he started laughing. And I'm like, Doc, you were doing so good, and you blew it by laughing. And he's like, well, you could do some of those things, but don't do too much.
And don't lift anything heavy.
And then, of course, all my questions were, can I tan in the sun? Can I get in a hot tub? Can I go to the spa and have a massage? And then Heather's questions were, can he do dishes? Can he do laundry?
Can he take the trash
Can he
out?
sweep the floor? So
It was a very big relief that they did the x-rays and everything's still holding good and he got the restrictions lifted. And we have, is it a week Saturday?
Saturday, today is Wednesday.
When are you going to post this?
I'm not sure yet.
Monday?
Yeah, probably Monday.
Okay, so for you guys, today will be Monday. That means Saturday we leave.
Yeah, so I'm just going to post this on a regular Monday. So when you see it on Monday, we will be on a cruise ship. So we leave Saturday, we head down to Miami, Florida. And on Sunday, we board the Celebrity Beyond for a 7-night cruise to Mexico, Cayman Islands, Bahamas, the brand new Royal Beach Club from Royal Caribbean and Celebrity. So that's all very exciting.
Very exciting.
Now, I'm not going to be doing water slides and zip lining through the jungle, but, you know, my only concern would be if I fell off a bar stool, which I don't think
That might happen.
So, yeah, so we're going to be back at it, back again.
Right.
On a cruise.
And then we get home and we're home for less than a week and we leave again.
And then we leave at the beginning of June.
June 1st.
And Heather got a little crazy on this one because I said I wanted to go to Vegas. So I booked us 3 nights in the beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. And then Heather, working her magic, says to me, well, with your back and that long flight, since we're out west,
I did say that.
after the 3 nights in Vegas, why don't we just take the quick flight over to Los Angeles and get on a cruise ship? So we're going to get on Royal Caribbean's Quantum of the Seas and go to Ensenada, Catalina, Cabo,
Yep.
and do a 7-night cruise out of Los Angeles. Once we get off the ship, we are flying back to Las Vegas, where we will stay in Vegas for another 3 nights. I believe at the Fontainebleau. The first 3 nights will be at the Vidara. And then after 3 more nights in Vegas, we'll come home.
Yes. So we have a lot of plans.
A nice cruise coming up on the East Coast, and then we go out to Vegas. We'll have a cruise on the West Coast. And then later on in June, or I think we're
we have 2 more trips.
We're gonna do 3 nights in Atlantic City at the Borgata.
That's for the 4th of July.
On the 4th of July. We're gonna do 3 nights down in Biloxi, Mississippi. A lot of people have been asking, when you going back to Biloxi? Well, we are. So we're gonna do 3 nights.
End of June?
That might be
Or
the
July.
end of June.
July,
I'm
let me
not
look.
sure.
End of July. The 23rd through the 27th, we will be in
There you go.
Biloxi.
So, and then we got that. And then there'll be more. There'll be
always
more. But wait, there's more. So we just wanted to come on. A lot of people have been reaching out, emails and comments on the videos saying, hey, we haven't heard from you. How are you doing? We want to get an update. So this is your update. I'm doing fine.
He's doing better.
As we sit here, we literally just came back from our local casino. We spent a couple hours there.
As soon as he got clearance, we went to the casino.
Yeah. So I'm doing good. I'm getting around fine. I'm great. I appreciate all the well wishes.
Thank you for the prayers.
Wait. Yes, the prayers were helpful.
Yes.
Can't wait to get back out on the open seas.
And to Vegas, just
Because
saying.
I miss doing the vlogs, and appreciate everybody for watching. Go ahead if you haven't subscribed.
Oh, yeah.
Even if you're subscribed, check to make sure you're still subscribed.
Right.
Because we've had several subscribers saying, I was subscribed to your channel, and then I looked and I wasn't subscribed, and I didn't unsubscribe. So the YouTube algorithm does goofy things. So check to make sure you're subscribed.
Yes,
If
please.
you wouldn't mind, give the video a thumbs up. And what else? What other parting words do you have to say?
I just want to say thank you again. Appreciate it.
Parting is such sweet sorrow. So yeah, thanks for watching, and live your blessed life.
Because you were blessed.
And we will see you soon. So Monday, this is going to drop. The following Monday,
We should drop it the Monday we're on the cruise. And then that way,
but
the
the
week
following
after.
Monday, we get home from the cruise.
Sunday. That's not
Yeah,
gonna
so
work.
I don't know that if I'm the following Monday, I may not have a video because I don't think I'm gonna have time to edit a video.
won't
But
have
the
time.
following Monday after that, we'll be back to our regular scheduled program every Monday at 12 o'clock noon. Make it happen with Dawn Time.
He's back.
I'm back, tag team, back again.
Check, baby, let's begin. Party on, party people.
I don't know
No,
the
you don't know
words.
the, how do you not know the words?
You know all the rap songs.
I do know all the rap songs. I know all the songs. I'm like a jukebox.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Thanks
Thank you for
bearing with us.
everything.
We love you all, and we'll see you very soon.